Alright, let's see if this thing working. So, how you doing, guys? Your man Gusty Pro Ceratosaur is back, with another, live stream of this month. Towards the end of the month, I'm actually can't wait for my last day, so here's that. Um, all I'm trying to do is that, delete, delete. So, yeah, I'm trying to, like, get everyone's attention here. So we got one watching. That's cool. Okay, we'll wait for the others to like come on. Let's see if that'll play out. What is taking everyone so long? You see anything? Oh, hi, Mr. Dino Diego. Finally showing up at the stream. Oh, oh, God. And I'm doing good. Thank you very much. Well, I'm actually doing fine, Mr. Dino Diego. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just repeating myself because I'm actually having connection problems. Mm. Mm. I'm doing good. I'm been working and work and stuff, but get to hang out with my friends. So that's pretty much about it. But I can't wait for How to Train Your Dragon and Jurassic World Rebirth. I know I said this media like about a couple of times, but I'm just really excited for this new media that's in my head this summer. But on the bright side, yeah, I know you can't wait. But on the bright side, I hope I apply to that nutrition group, the company I really wanted to work with. That's the only thing I just want to enjoy my summer because they have no summer works there. Yep, really interesting. So, what are your thoughts on the new trailer of Jurassic World Rebirth? I thought it was kind of good. For me, fuck. For me, it does look good, but now they have finally showed that the Storatus Rex. I wouldn't say they showed it, but they just showed its face and revealed its roar. I gotta be honest with you, Diego. Its roar kind of reminds me of. Well, its roar sounds like the Mosasaurus. Do you know? And to be fair, I am actually gonna get like the Rumble and Rampage to Storatus because I never ordered figures in a while, but I actually ordered Minecraft Dennis plush for a friend of mine. Oh yeah, and they showed more than one mutant called Mutadon. I don't know if there's gonna be like a lot of Mutadons, but in the trailer it looks like there's gonna be like one Mutadon. I feel like that one dinosaur we haven't seen is Pteraptor. Oh, you mean like the one that was like stalking on water? Once I saw that render posting, that kind of looks like the ones from JP3. But with more vibrant colors. Hmm, I see. Someday when I make another live stream, I hope I don't get a copyright strike from Mattel. Like, I just wanted to show you guys this Distortus Rex figure that I really wanted. Because you know what Mattel is these days. I didn't even know they copyright strike other reviewers' videos. Which, to be fair, I did not own these toys. I own nothing. I guess they want to keep that mutant a secret. Okay, that's fair. I am going to expect myself to make another live stream for How to Train Your Dragon and Jurassic World Rebirth, because that's just my content. I assume you guys saw that Lilo and Stitch remake. Um, to be fair, I did not like it. I just saw it. Well, good, cause you don't have to watch it if you don't feel like it. What now? In all honesty, the original was a lot better. Yeah, yeah, I agree, cause I enjoyed the original much better. Jumbo was my favorite. Peggy was that his name? The little the little skinny alien with one eye. You know what I'm talking about. And that giant alien boss, Captain Gentu, which I heard a lot of people said that Captain Gentu is no longer in the remake, which is really a shame because now that the movie is out, people keep asking that Jumbo is replaced by Gantu as the main villain. Really ridiculous, because Jumbo has now gained friends to Stitch since in the original, but they actually now Disney portrayed him as the bad guy. I'm never gonna like Disney ever again. His voice actor sounds a lot like a bad sitcom. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Toonzilla, how's your day? I haven't seen you since our last collab, um, Awakened by Breaking Benjamin. I can invite you if you want, but I hope my connection's okay. Because you know, StreamYard is. It's a pain in the ass. Well, here goes nothing. You came in on a whisper, drip by drip, then leaked until my heart was filled with this. The middle of your ocean, here I sit in my emptiness, in my own wickedness, and it's all counterfeit. You are my all, I am your surrogate. You only kill for the thrill of it. Mayday, we've been sinking it slowly, turning into something unholy. Running away from the same sins This is a place heaven's not been. Eyes shut wide and going in boldly. Alright, here we go.
Hey, what up?
Subtune, not much.
Same, just trying to I've been doing alright. Just gonna hopefully be working on this video that I have because I have all my clips to do it. Now I just need to edit it.
Nice.
Because I'm working on a video for amphibians, so that's gonna be something.
Nice.
And I can say a lot of footage for Koolasuchus because Koolasuchus is one of the most popular amphibians. Surprisingly, that one has a lot of footage.
Mm-hmm. Like Walking with Dinosaurs and Disney's Dinosaur and
Yeah, it
documentaries.
appears in some other stuff, and then there's like other amphibians. There's surprisingly a lot of amphibians that appear in the Lamb for Time series. Only for like let me tell you, the hardest part about doing editing of prehistoric videos is when you have to go through like which ones they appear in. And when it comes to the Lamb for Time, it's often a struggle to find out what species they're showing. Because some of them only appear for like 20 seconds or not even that much until they're just like, yeah, goodbye.
Pretty much like the Albertosaurus from the Big Freeze.
Yeah, well, that one's a bit of a debate because some people don't think it's an Alberto. But I'm like, well, if it's the T-Rex in the snow, which one Albertosaurus was known to be in more of a snowy environment? Or, well, it could be a mix of Alberta. It could either be Albertosaurus or Nanooksaurus. It kind of just depends. Again, the ones from movie 10, a lot of people like to consider those Daspletosaurus. Those ones which I kind of like, and I do consider them Daspletos because they have like pack hunting, which Daspletos, so like in Dinosaur Planet, where you have that family of Daspletos. I think Little Das's Hunt, I think the name of the story was.
Yeah, Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah, Dinosaur Planet. Yeah, Dinosaur Planet. Did you see the early reviews for Walking with Dinosaurs came in of its revival, the early like rating came in for it. Let's just say it hasn't done super well of its people who've seen it early.
I haven't seen it, but I don't want to hear spoilers because I might.
No, it's not. No, it's not spoilers. No one's really giving spoilers. It's that there's been early reviews on people who give them ranking, like of their ratings for it.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people are not liking it. Like a lot of people don't really like how, from what people have claimed, apparently it's going to have a bit of problems with its pacing.
Yeah.
Like you've seen a Life on Our Planet, right?
Yes, it's
a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying it's going to have a lot of the problems that Life on Our Planet had.
I thought I find Life on Our Planet mediocre.
Well, that one wasn't bad. I kind of like. Well, I like that it went. I think some of the episodes are better than others. Like I like more of the episodes more than. I feel like they paid a lot more attention to the, like, Paleozoic era than they paid a lot of attention to Paleozoic and the time before dinosaurs, which are they paid a lot more attention. I'm not saying they're. Yeah, it was Life on Our Planet was okay. I kind of felt like there was. I know that the people who worked on it are doing a dinosaur documentary now after Life on Our Planet. They're going to do a documentary that's straight up in the Mesozoic era. So they're just doing. So it's basically going to be their Walking with Dinosaurs. So basically. So I tell people, hey. It's Walking With. We've seen worse. I don't know. Walking with Dinosaurs, the movie.
Oh, don't get me started on the movie. That's had poor dialogue.
Well, could have been. Well, I've heard about what it was meant to be, and I feel like they should have done it what it was originally meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because the director of it said he wanted to just do a movie where it was just there was no dialogue and it was told more through the visual standpoint. But 20th Century Fox didn't really want that.
And yeah,
Then again, you know the people who worked on that movie because it was done by Evergreen Studios with the BBC.
yes.
You know what they also did before that?
Well,
They did Journey to the Center of the Earth.
oh yeah.
They did. Well, he did. He worked on most of the effects for that movie, including the Giganotosaurus that appears for about like a little bit in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
What a. Well, then again, I tell people if you're gonna watch like Walking with Dinosaurs, the movie, at least watch the Cretaceous cut of the movie, where it takes out all the dialogue, and it's. I think the only thing about it is that it's narrated, but it's narrated by Benedict Cumberbatch, which is.
That one's a lot better. Believe it or not, I saw it at the Whitaker Center in 2018, and I really enjoyed it.
I've watched it online through Internet Archive because there's a guy who on Internet Archive who has like a bunch of it's like just prehistoric documentaries. Like that's like it's everything you can like. He has like all the Walking With on there for like in the best quality in 1080 because it's like because has like all of Walking With in 1080.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with you, Mr. Dino. That version is a lot better than the original. I think it's. And again, that movie just suffers from a problem where you had a director who wanted to do something really, really cool, but then a studio kind of messed him over on that. That's kind of what I normally think about that movie. Hey, it's not as weird as Disney's Dinosaurs production, but I do kind of wish that movie kind of turned out the way it could have been because the Disney's Dinosaurs is a movie that went through a troubled production.
Yeah.
Like they were originally going to do so much with that movie, but stuff happened.
So, what do you think of Rebirth's second trailer? I thought it was cool.
I thought it was pretty good. I like that they added a bit more because I felt like the first trailer was. I didn't mind they weren't showing as much in the first trailer because I understand that in a trailer you want to less show, but I'm glad that at least they wanted to show a bit more cool shots. As long as they didn't use every cool shot they used, because that's one thing I dislike when when a trailer shows all of its best shots. I was happy they're doing some scenes that are referencing because I'm really happy about the T-Rex in the river scene because that's based off of the book, which I was really happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing more footage of give me a second.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There was like the alert. No, not the alert. The other footage is I can't even speak. The one where one of Gareth Edwards' interviews, like there was a scene where the Mutodon was actually making a reference of the first Jurassic Park, based on the Raptors' kitchen scene in I think it was some kind of some like those candy things where you see in gas stations. Oh yeah, I think it's a gas station. And Darkness, Kathleen Widow. Hello, haven't seen you. Haven't seen you for the first time, but welcome to my channel. Anyways, back on Dark Things. Mayday, we've been sinking it slowly, turning into something unholy, running away from the same sins. This is a place heaven's not. Oh,
I'm back. Hi, darkness. The person in the chat, darkness. That's my friend. That's my
oh,
friend from my channel.
that's cool.
You were saying about the rebirth. Yeah, I did like that we saw a bit more of Distortus or D-Rex, so I'm really happy we got to see a bit more footage of him, even for how limited his screen time is for the most part, unless when we see the actual movie, that's going to be a bit of a different story.
You gotta
The
be.
only cool,
Yeah, sorry.
I just think about him, is he going to die? Are they just going to kill him off? I have a feeling he's going to die at the end of the movie.
Who knows?
Like he's the big bad of all big bads. Like he's, well, not really the big bad. He's like the thing. It's like how the Indominus was. It's like you have one thing that's like the. Still, I do want to know more about Distortus because I want to know how the hell did he turn into this. Like it's
Mm.
like he's a creature that is completely like, what the hell was he at one point? Like, what is this creature?
Based on the Mattel figure, he's like a beluga but yellow and brown and had legs.
Well, yeah, but I think he. But I'm wondering, like, what he was before this mutation. Like, what dinosaur were they trying to clone before this thing came out of nowhere?
Well, wait. Those winged mutants look like something you've seen of a primeval. You could say that.
Yeah, you mean the Mutadons or whatever the hell they're called? Those things, whatever. The Mutadons that were in the trailer. I was like, what the hell are those?
We're getting more than one mutant in the film.
That's the problem. Like you had one mutant that I'm like, okay, I'm fine, and then you have another. You have these creatures that are like, what are they like? Are they like the bodyguards of this thing? Like, do they have like a weird like thing in the ecosystem here? Are they like?
And they'll be like, on it, boss. And then Distortus was like, kill them.
Like I thought they were gonna be raptors because I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, so yeah, the raptors are coming back. And I'm like, no, it's Mutadons. I'm like, what the hell are these things? Still, I want to know what Distortus was before the mutation because I do want to know what he was. A lot of people have said that he probably was a Tyranno at one point. That he probably was a Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
It could be possible he was, but just, as I've said about Distortus, he looks like if you mixed a Xenomorph, a T-Rex,
A Rancor, Cloverfield,
an
Muto,
alien,
and Beluga
Xenomorph.
Whale.
He's all this stuff put into one. Maybe it wasn't. Well, it could be like. Then again, in the book, they Hammond says to I think Alan that there was failed experiments that they did before they started before they started the park. In the book, he says about many failed experiments. So I feel like that Distortus in this universe, in this continuity, there were failed experiments, but Hammond, well, then again, they were. I think Hammond still cared for these experiments, even if they were considered failures. So, I mean, I would like to see in the movie, there's like a flashback something to a younger John Hammond, like seeing how the tests has been going with these creatures. I would really like to see that. If they're probably not going to add it in, but I would like to see like a flashback to like a younger John Hammond at this park or at the facility, seeing the progress on these creatures. It would be really cool. Because there's Gus, there's an art piece that I think I came up with this situation. There's an art piece I found on Instagram with Distortus, and it's Distortus in this like tank, like
Yeah.
it's just being there, and it's a John Hammond with his hand on the glass of it, and I think I would really like to see something similar to that.
Kind of. I mean, yeah, it's a failed experiment made in the original park.
You know, I kind of like the idea of a six-limb mutation in a Jurassic movie. I think it's not that bad. I think Distortus is a interesting it's an interesting thing that we put into the franchise. He's not a hybrid. I'm glad we're doing other stuff, and I feel like Distortus is probably a reference to probably Chaos Effect. I feel like his inclusion is a bit of like calling back to Chaos Effect, like the Kenner line of toys, and I would really like to see and I would love to see them bring Chaos Effect back, and Distortus is their way of like homaging that whole weird idea of Chaos Effect. You remember that, Gus? That line of Jurassic figures.
Wait, what?
Jurassic Park Chaos Effect.
Jurassic Park Chaos Effect. No, I only focus on the old kind of toys from Jurassic Collectibles.
Oh well, it was a line, it was a sub line, and I think it was made, I think after the original, and it was actually coming out the same time as The Lost World, where they would mash two dinosaur species together into one. It was like a hybrid. They were making hybrids, and that was the whole thing of the line. And that was a lot of people really like that line because they made a lot of weird creatures, interesting hybrid dinosaurs. And a lot of people have often thought that the reason why we see hybrids a lot is it's referencing back to that toy line, because it does have a lot of people do like it, even though it was a bit weird. I don't like the D-Rex. It's just the idea. Like, well, yeah, I think it's a cool idea. I think the execution of it is a bit weird because you have a creature that is totally not like what we've seen, but we've seen weird creatures in this franchise, so I feel like it's a bit understandable. I don't know. Look at Spinosaurus. That thing is a weird anomaly unto itself. I don't know. Spino shouldn't exist, but it does.
I heard rumors that 3 Spinos are gonna kill off the D-Rex for for the climax.
Maybe that would be kind of cool. After they finish defeating them, they start a rock band together.
I'll show you this YouTube link from Dino Falls' video, group chat, and there was this animation video with Rune, the Spinosaurus. He was dancing for the instrumental of 3 Days Grace Animal.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that because it's been posting everywhere that I've seen. It's like all 3 Spinos, one with a guitar, and it's all of them. They all make a rock band together.
And especially that reference of "We Are Number One" with the JP Spino and the other 3.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
It kind of makes sense, really, because what if the JP3 Spino met its counterpart as a trio?
No, but I actually want to see that. They're kind of like the 3 Stooges of the Jurassic franchise. Maybe.
Wait. Why, you little boy? Ow. Seriously, Rune?
Oh my god. So we're getting other than we're getting Jurassic World Rebirth, Walking with Dinosaurs, it's come back. Is there another dinosaur movie that's in the works right now? Is it Primeval Earth? Is that the one also apparently?
It's called Primitive War.
Primitive War, yeah, Primitive War. I have not heard much about that movie. I remember I think I think the only thing I remember about it was I heard that it was in production, but they were very weird on its production because they were like, "Oh, it's apparently is it like based off of something? Like, is it?
It's based on the book.
Yeah,
From
it's
what
based off. Yeah, it's based off a book, which I've never read, so I might need to read that to see how. You know, it's weird. They bring this franchise. They're bringing like. You know what they do need to do, and I know they're probably never gonna fucking do it. Sorry for cursing, but I know they're never gonna do it. But you know what I would like to see them do?
what?
Can we see a Dinotopia movie again,
What?
please?
Maybe, but I heard it was really bad.
Well, they haven't tried. Like Dinotopia's been adapted like 3 or 4 times, and every time it gets adapted, no one can do it right. There needs to be someone who can do this thing right.
Okay.
Like there was even the animated movie people remember, and not many people like the animated movie. You've seen that, right, Gus? The animated Dinotopia. I think it's Quest for the Ruby Sunstone.
No, no.
Oh, you have it? I need to send you that now. I'm sending you that if I can find it. Give me a second. You might get a kick out of it because of I don't I think Michael Clark Duncan is in it. He was in Green Mile. He plays the T-Rex in the movie. Oh my god. I've always been a guy who's like, can we please bring Dinotopia back, because the books are good. I would like to get a accurate adaptation of the books in a movie because they're very, very. The books are amazing, and I would like to see the books be adapted. You know, in a better way, because they've been adapted like 3 times and no one got the books right. They made many changes to the books that I'm like, just why? That's one thing I'm like, what the. Other than that, I think we did very well on our collab we did together. I think we did really well on that together.
Yeah. That's
We
a
haven't,
great.
we haven't collabed in 4 years. It's been 4 years since our last one.
Yeah, remember I started collabing with you since 2021,
Yeah, but it feels like it's been shorter than that. I didn't feel like it's been 4 years.
which
Yeah, we
no.
did.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go
we
ahead.
did. Yeah, we did Narcissus. Yeah, our last collab was Narcissus. Our collab before this, before Awaken, was Narcissistic Cannibal. That was our first one we did.
Which, no offense, I was an idiot in 2021 because I didn't even know what I was doing.
Then again, my style has changed over the last like 3 years, so I think some of my style is a lot better than I think I showed off a lot better. I have to go. It was great to see you guys. All right. Well, see you later, Don Diego.
All right.
I think our style has changed quite a lot. You and I have, collabing with each other. We both kind of did. Well, I think our collab of Awaken shows us at a better light of our styles because you and I have different styles that contrast with each other. Like I'm more simplistic, and well, we're both very simplistic with our editing. Now, yeah, I added a flash effect, which I think looked pretty okay. I wanted to have it white, but I changed it to a more black because it was I didn't want you to have put a seizure warning. Give me a second.
Okay, I'm back. Hello? Tune? Tune? I'm back. Tune? I'm back. Hello? I'm back, Toon. Oh, I'm back.
I'm gonna be coming back in a second because I have to do something real quick. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Give me a call. All right, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
That was like 50 different things at once. I'm not doing that. Busy house. Busy house all the time. But yeah, well, I was saying about how we did with Awaken. I do think we did do some things that kind of blended over into each other.
Yeah.
Like we did, like I don't know. I feel like I was a bit more the guy who went out of the box with a few fandoms. Like, I don't know. When you looked at my part, was there any fandom that you were like, "What the hell is this?"
Especially like those robot aliens like
That's Bionicle.
Biomico. I've heard of Biomico before. Of like
Yeah, it was a toy line that was done by Lego. It was there. I've grown up with it, and I like the lore of it, and I've always wanted to use some of the because all the scenes in those, you know what those are from?
Mhm.
Those are from commercials that they made for them.
I see.
That's all commercial footage. Like, it's straight up. And the ending of it was with the final thing, which was with that was the commercial or it was like the thing to promote it. It was Matanui Rising. That was the thing at the end of my part, which was and then it cut to black because I liked how it ended. So, you know.
Yeah.
It was very ominous. I wanted to have a very ominous ending to end off, you know.
I also yeah.
I did use Distortus as a roar, which, yeah.
And I hope you don't mind the cut of the parts, because I kind of like the audio sound of your part.
What was wrong? Was my audio messed up, or
No,
what
no,
was wrong?
no. I like the sound effect of
Oh,
your part.
I'm glad we kept it because I added that roar in last minute because I didn't add anything super weird to our part, so I wanted at least one roar.
Which
I know.
I actually use that same footage of my part.
Yeah, I think I used Clover in one part too, which I think Clover was going to appear again, but I didn't. Like, I kind of used him for one shot because I've used that's a reference to Chaos, my multi fandom Chaos, where Clover appeared quite a lot on that one.
Yeah.
Because
But nowadays, people like Legit Eliminator, Rango Gamer, and other people like Mike Edits, they're having struggles with their multifandom edits, like multifandom vids in general, how they're just burning out stuff in real life.
well, every editors have their time, and some people it's kind of left up to younger editors to take a place. I don't know, you, me, Ian, Stiggy, and a few other people are like kind of the younger editors who, even though we do have stuff we do in our personal lives, we can still edit. I don't know. We still keep it up because that's just what we do, you know.
Yeah. Even though I'm 21, I just want to be a free man, and I'm actually really obsessed with multifandom edits. Yes, they can take a long time to edit, but I actually figure out what videos I use. Like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, doing a multi fandom is usually just wanting to do it. I've done a few multi fandoms that I did Over My Head as a experiment because Over My Head was meant to be something, and I kind of just did it out of the blue because no one expected a multi fandom like one. A lot of people say to me, "Why do you do multi fandoms itself and not for a special occasion?" I'm like, because I like to do it. Like, I know people who will do a multi fandom for like a special occasion, like, you know, for like a sub special, and there's people like you, me, and a few other people who do it like a lot because it's very fun.
Yes.
I saw Everglow. I think the one you did before our collab, you did the multi fandom Everglow, which was it Everglow or is it
multifandom ever? Oh, you're talking about Afterglow by Smash
Afterglow? Yeah, sorry, Afterglow. Not that.
I never done a multifandom with Everglow by Starset.
Well, you used Starset a lot. It's been
Yeah, because it's cinematic. Like, even Barricade Gorgon's obsessed with that band. Unfortunately, they made a cover of Tears for Fears Head Over Heels, which I didn't even know that was a cover until I saw the video from Starset. Once I looked at the original, I didn't even know it was a cover.
I've only used StarSet like a handful of times. I don't. Mostly the band I use for multi-fandoms depends on. I like to use Like a Storm because not many people really use Like a Storm. Like, the only person who I knew who used it was the Midnight Man, who he doesn't edit anymore. He's the only one who would use Like a Storm very often.
Mm.
You
I
know,
haven't-
the
yeah.
Midnight Man. Yeah.
I haven't seen the Midnight Man in like forever. I wonder what he's up to. Like, I love his
He kind of came back to make some stuff, but then he says on multiple occasions, because on a community post he did, that he's kind of stepped away from editing for a while. Like, he's kind of been stepping away from it to do he just stepping away. He just wants to do in his personal life, I think. He did say that even though he will not edit very often or not do it much or at all, he'll still comment on people's videos. He'll still like comment. Like, he'll keep that up because he at least, he knows he can. Yeah, that was his whole thing, which I'm like, if you want to, yeah. I think still one of the worst like times I think I was sad that someone went away was William the King. I still.
Yeah, I miss that guy.
Well, what happened with him is I think he went to college. I think that was because he went all the way to college, so I think that kind of took a lot of his time away. Like, that's why his channel is there's still videos on it, like there's still, but it's a dead channel. So most people who I still have it on mine just because I was friends with the guy, so you mean.
Yeah.
Like, he was in a lot of MAPs, a lot of people's, he was. I think even you collabed with him once, did you?
I've collabed with him since Bringing It Down and Perfect Machine.
Yeah, I remember both. Yeah.
Even though they're no longer available, but I still remember them.
You didn't upload them to your channel? Like, you didn't?
I didn't feel like it when I was young.
But then I don't upload my collabs unless, I don't really upload my collabs with people I do because I usually like to keep it that it's to the person who I'm collabing with, like on their channel. And I do have a playlist of everyone who I've collabed with, which I've collabed with. Well, the most person I've collabed with, which was God of the Wolves, that's the person I've collabed with the most.
Yeah, I've collabed with. Yeah, I collabed with. Sorry,
let you finish. I'm so sorry.
I've collabed with God of the Wolves maybe 4 times with Arabian Nights, Creeping in My Soul, Point of No Return, and Dark on Me.
You also did Him for the Missing.
Oh yeah, that too. So that's 5 collabs.
Yeah, I did a few. I've also done one with a friend of mine, which was Costa Rica, who I did a collab with her from many years ago, which was dang it! It was we used them. It was a Sabaton song. I know what it was because the whole theme of it was like battling and stuff. It was a whole that was the whole theme of it. It was action, and I think I used a lot of Star Wars stuff because I think at the time I was really liking Star Wars, so I wanted to just use a lot of it. I think I collabed with Firekeeper once, which that was quite fun, even though my editing style sucks because I was using Power Director at the time.
I used Video Star at the time. Well, I stopped using Video Star since 2021 and moved to CapCut. I stopped using CapCut, but now I moved into UCut. That's more proper at it.
Oh, well, I'm still using CapCut. That's the one I think I'm the most comfortable with because I know how to use it. There some of the stuff CapCut has been doing is really pissing me off because I'm like there's some stuff that they're doing and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, they're trying to limit. I hate how they've put like there's times where they update it. They like there's some stuff where they change their minds about stuff very often. Like, they'll keep transitions sometimes, but then they'll lock it behind a paywall next moment, or they'll give you the transition back to use, and then it'll be back on a paywall again.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do shakes anymore. I hate it when they took that transition away. Because I remember in some of my videos I used a lot of shake transitions because that one was very fun to use to me. I really liked to make that for a beat drop, where when the beat would drop, it would shake and go into the scene. They took that away, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, and the way Dino Falls reacts is just, he said, fuck Capcom.
Well, Dino Falls is, well, I haven't talked to Dino Falls in a while.
Yeah.
I am still in the chat of where it's all of us in the chat on Insta, but that's kind of it. Because I'm normally in other groups with another group of friends of mine on Instagram, that's usually where I'm at. Because other than that, I'm still going to be working on stuff because, I'm still having stuff I want to work on,
Yeah.
Like, I want to do more prehistoric videos again. I'm probably going to wrap it. I'm probably going to do a lot of it when June comes around because that's going to be Jurassic June. So I'm going to be doing quite a lot for Jurassic June. Where that's going to be a straight up month, I think, full of dino stuff. That's going to be a straight up dinosaur month for my channel. Or I wouldn't really say dinosaur month. It'll be more of a prehistoric month for my channel. That's what it's going to, I'm going to try to make it, the prehistoric month of my channel.
I have that same vibe too. Like, I think of 2018 as the year of dinosaurs, 2022 year of dinosaurs, and this year of dinosaurs.
I just, usually when I'm doing prehistoric stuff, it's often difficult because of just how can you do it necessarily, and the thing that's always the hardest is like finding a creature you want to do a video for. That's usually the hardest because there's so many to do, and there's so many of them that haven't been made into a video yet, which can be very difficult.
Mm-hmm. When Rebirth comes out, maybe I'll ask Lightwolf if she can do an edit of the Distortus Rex with different kind of animal by Citizen Soldier.
I will probably also be doing a video for Distortus once I have footage. I'm gonna wait because I know I'm not gonna do it right when the movie comes out, because if I do it when the movie says it comes out, I'm gonna get blocked. So I'm not gonna do it when it comes out. I'm gonna wait a week.
Yeah, you know how. Yes.
I'm at least gonna wait a while because we had that problem with Well, no, we didn't have the problem with Giga. Giga was fine. Most people were using Giga before. I think no one cared. But then again, we had Giga in the prologue, so I remember when people straight up with the Dominion Giga, we just used, I think, just prologue footage.
Maybe Universal thinks it's a fair use. I don't know.
Well, it didn't. Well, since they showed the prologue before the movie came out, they showed it in I think a year or two. I think they showed the prologue, I think, a year before the movie came out because they wanted to just show it off anyway because we didn't know much about Dominion. We only knew about the Dino Tracker thing. That was the only thing we were seeing. We were seeing bits and pieces of Dominion,
Yeah.
We saw until we got a trailer. That was when we especially saw more. And I think there was also an image that was on Time magazine where it's Owen on the motorbike running away from the Atrociraptors.
Yes, which is that's called Ghost.
It's with Ghost. Yeah, I remember that was on Time magazine as our first exclusive look at Dominion. That was our first look, and it was that shot.
I thought that shot of the Atrociraptors was the behind the scenes footage. I mean, no, photo.
It might have been because there's some stuff about that shot that probably changed. They probably wanted to add that in because it was, it was a promotional image. So I feel like there was probably going to be changes to when we were going to see it in the movie. So that's kind of obvious. I don't know. I remember when Fallen Kingdom came out and there was a lot of preview images for Fallen Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Especially the I think it's Lockwood Manor, where with all the dinosaur skeletons. That was our first teaser image we saw.
Yeah.
I remember how interested I was in that, and then like I think a few other stuff too. There was like a lot of like stuff behind Fallen Kingdom. I remember. I think there was also a thing of Indoraptor too, because I think a problem with most the. I've talked to someone else about this about Indoraptor that the entire. We already knew what Indoraptor was going to look like before the movie even came out because it leaked it out.
You said it. Wait, you said it leaked out at a Dr. Pepper can?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I'm not kidding. It also happened with well, it wasn't Dr. Pepper can. When I know this because I remember this in when Jurassic World was coming out, and the Indominus was being hidden because the only thing you could see of it was like I think it was the website where they showed like its silhouette. That was all you saw of it. It was its silhouette. Guess what? Guess where they used the image of Indominus? It was on a those party plates that you have at like a birthday party?
Yeah.
The Indominus was on one of those. Before the movie's even out, the Indominus is on a party plate before the movie even comes out.
Wow.
Like I'm like wondering, Universal, do you do this on purpose? Do you just like do you just show the image of this creature before you even? But you say, "Oh, we're gonna keep it a secret." It shows up in the weirdest merchandise ever. Same with Distortus because we didn't even know what Distortus was. Well, we didn't know it was gonna look like, but we didn't even get a good look of it. Because in the first trailer, we see it kind of hidden. We see its arms. No, we see its arm. I think in one shot too. Do we?
Yeah, it walks on its knuckles, and then
Yeah.
when Duncan was using the Jurassic Park or OG flare,
Yeah,
we saw its like full length body, but it's in red.
yeah, we saw its like head. That was it. We saw its like head and a bit of its torso, but that's kind of it. And then a few months later, the toy of it came out, and then that's when we got a good look at it, which was with the toy. Which I've seen the toy. It looks what the hell? What the? I do want to buy it if I have the money. I'm gonna get that and put it on my shelf.
I want that figure. Unfortunately, my parents couldn't let me, but I don't care.
I want to have a picture of him battling my Spino figure.
And I want a Hammond Collection Spino too.
Well, I have I think Camp Cretaceous is Spino. I have Camp Cretaceous is one that I got.
I actually have to. You know what? I'm gonna show you this right now. That I have the Hammond. No, Camp Cretaceous Spino. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, that's my face.
I didn't see anything nor.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. I have the same thing on my shelf. Like I have my Spino, which is he's on my shelf with a bunch of my other stuff.
Yeah.
I know he's just as big as my Disney's Dinosaur Carnotaurus. Like he's just as big as that thing. Like I have I think I showed this on a live stream of yours where I have a Disney's Carnotaurus that massive figure. It's huge as hell.
The one LBT has in his live streams.
Yeah, but the problem with LBTs is that his is falling apart.
Really?
Yeah, the tail is messed up. Because I'll show this if I can. His tail, because the thing about Disney's Carnotaurus' figure, I'm gonna try to show this as much as I can. I know I've shown my face, because look at this. You see this tail right here?
Yeah. Yes.
This tail, this entire figure is made of rubber. So rubber can deteriorate with time. That's what it does. I've seen LBTs. This thing is slightly ripping. And because look, there's not much adhesive to hold it.
Oh.
So if you, how I know this happens is that if you play with it enough, and I did used to play with mine, but I was very careful with mine. If you do it too much, this thing strains, connecting to the body. It strains. And I've seen his is starting to strain, and I tell him, you got to be careful with this thing.
Yep.
Like, you got to be very careful with this thing. The only problem with mine is mine doesn't light up anymore. And I'm going to try if I can change the batteries in it, maybe. Like, because look, there's a battery pack right there.
Oh, yes.
So I could screw this off if I have a good screwdriver and then put batteries in this guy. He might roar again. Because he would roar like he would open his mouth up and his eyes would light up and he would roar.
Nice.
I'll be right back again.
Okay. All the monsters in your dreams we made. Look at all the broken things I can make. What is the other part? Let me show you everything. Tie you up on my heartstrings. Let me take you till I break you and bring you to your knees.
I'm back.
Okay.
I wanted to say one other thing about the collab we did. I was wondering, what was the in the thumbnail of it? What is that image that's on your side? because you added for me, which was Evolution Godzilla. What was the image for yours? Because I was wondering what that image was.
Let's see here.
Because it looks like a T-Rex, so I'm wondering what the heck is that from?
The thumbnail I use is. It looks like shark tooth. I forgot to credit this in the description.
That's good. Well,
It looks.
I thought when you posted, I thought like because I understood me as Evolution Godzilla because because of my name, So is I thought you know what I originally thought you were gonna use, right? I thought you were gonna have Guanlong as yours to like kind of pay
Yeah, going along with black and blue stripes. Credit to Kaio, the Mechagodzilla made it.
Yeah.
So I'll probably use Indoraptor for later futures because, oh yeah, I done Indoraptor for a thumbnail as me. Indoraptor's my favorite.
Yeah, that was our first with Narcissistic. Yep. Then I don't know who I hope to collab with next. That's a bit of sorry to say who I would want to collab with next. Because I've collabed.
Yeah.
Wait, pardon? What did you say? Pardon?
Try collabing with Stiggy, my friend.
Maybe. I would either. I said to myself, I maybe wanted to collab with Stiggy or Ian. Because if it was, because I just imagined me and Elon Ferry. Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, I cannot say his name right sometimes.
Yeah.
I call him Fairly just because that's because saying his half of his first name kind of gets my tongue tied. But I don't know, him and I imagine like the thumbnails are like two Godzillas because he often represents himself with Godzilla, and I sometimes do as well.
Yeah.
Thinking about the name of both of us, like I don't know, your name comes from Gus, and then the Proceratosaur, which is you added two Tyrannosaur relatives into one.
Yes.
I don't know. My name comes from a well, I don't really know where I came up with my name. It was kind of a thing I wrote down a lot. Like Toonzilla was the name of, I think, a drawing I did when I was young. And it kind of just stuck with me, and I wanted to name my channel after it.
And the animation style both is from Bob and Barry, I assume.
Yeah. I have multiple different profile pictures. Yeah, this is the one that I just used for my for this. Yeah. I have my my profile picture that is on my channel now. That was done by another friend of mine, who I think we have profile pictures that are similar to each other. So we match each other.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy who likes Kiryu from Godzilla against Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like. But I wouldn't mind collabing with Stiggy because I think his and I I think we could do a pretty good collab together.
Yeah.
The only thing with him is I have to do my MEP part for him.
I have not started on his MEP part because once I look in the description, 5 people aren't showing up. Like, there's only 5 that are available.
Did you join Dark Spino's collab?
Nope. Dark Spino's collab?
Yeah, he did not collab, an MEP. He's just done one. He only needs one more person to fill in. Like, there's only one more part that needs to be filled.
No, not yet. I know who Dark Spino is.
Yeah, he came back, and he's been making videos again lately, and I'm glad he's back because he was gone for an extended period of time for a few years, and it's cool that he finally got back to posting regularly. He did take a break this May because he needed a break after just consistently uploading a lot. Like he uploaded like weekly, and it was something no one expected him to do. Like he got stuff done quite a lot. But he's sorry, I'll let you go.
I first checked out Dark Spino since 2018, the release of Fallen Kingdom. And
yeah, sorry.
Sorry, go first.
Well, yeah, he kind of as a few years went by, he kind of revamped his channel and kind of has he goes by what he does now, which is mostly he mostly does like villains and anti-heroes and heroes. But he does do dinosaurs here and there. He will do it. He did it to revamp his channel where he did when he came back. You know what his first video was when he came back? He did Spino as his first video when he came back. Like to pay homage to his namesake. So I was quite happy when I saw that. He also did Indominus too. Those are like his first two videos to that was his return.
And his most popular video was the screen time of Disney Carnotaur.
I think his is one of the best ones I think I've ever seen, and I used to use it quite a lot. The only thing about his screen time is that there's a Bandicam logo.
Yeah.
Well, then again, the only other one you can use that is like the best is either, I think it's MREX. Yeah, MREX, who I hope he uploads again. Because he the last screen time he did was some animations done by the YouTuber Slick of the dinosaurs that appear in his animation battles, including a one for Black T-Rex from Dinosaur King.
Slick, I've seen his videos a lot. They have really he improved a lot.
But like that's all MREX has been doing. Well, MREX, I would like to him. I would be cool if when Walking with Dinosaurs comes out, that MREX comes back and he does a bunch of, once we have good footage, it's screen time for the dinosaurs and Walking with, where it's a whole new,
Yeah.
Because I know once I have footage, I'm going to probably be doing a video for Spino because I would really like to do that.
Yes.
So, yeah. I gotta move my Disney's Carnotaurus back to where he was before because this thing's huge. I can't believe I have this still. I think did Disney's Dinosaurs celebrate its celebration a few like a week ago or two. Like it was its anniversary.
Yeah. I had to show it to all of you guys in Dino Falls' chat.
Yep. I saw it because I was there during that, because of Instagram stuff. Other than that, is there anything you're gonna be seeing for any other movies you're gonna be seeing?
I'm seeing How to Train Megan 2.0, the new Megan movie. I haven't seen the first one yet, but Jurassic World Rebirth, which is everyone's most anticipated film. Predator Badlands. I heard people did not like that new Predator look.
The only reason why people are not liking it is because people of the design, people are not understanding that that this Predator is a young Predator. He's not. Because I even had to fight with someone on this. Is that I forgot what his name was. I think it's he has a D in his name because he does have a name. The Predator in that movie, he's an outcast by his clan. So he's inexperienced. He's young. So he's gonna look weird. He's an adolescent. Because predators age the way they age. There's also another predator we see in the trailer, which is an elder who he has the white hair. So that's an elder predator. So I mean, I don't get why people are complaining. Is because predators, they look different as they age, right?
Yes.
like Jungle Hunter was an experienced hunter in the original, so he looks Jungle Hunter, you can kind of say, is at the peak of his physical abilities. I feel like I would gauge Jungle Hunter in like his mid-30s by Predator years. He's young, but he's not as young as he once was, and he still has the experience, with Jungle Hunter. City Hunter is a different story. City Hunter is just been blooded, so he's inexperienced as hell. Like,
Yes.
then there's the Predators from Predators, which that one has the clans where it's like two separate Predator clans, where it's the you have Berserker, Scout, and
Falcon and
and
Clapper.
and Falcon. Yeah, the first three they're like out. Well, then again, Berserker has been said, because in lore they would call back to Berserkers that Berserker was one of the youngest Predators to achieve fully blooded at a very young age. He was one of the few.
I can do a great Predator impression, like.
That's cool. Holy shit. Then you have I think the ones from AVP are the first three are like they're young bloods. They're young bloods. So they're very the only one that I feel like, the one who could have there's one of those three that should have lived, and it's always pissed me off that he didn't. Why did Scar have to die? Like he's the one who lives. He's until he gets stabbed by the Queen, and I'm like, I always hated that about the movie. I wanted him to at least live.
Me too. I also wanted Wolf to live, but no, he didn't.
Well, Wolf was already his way out, so I feel like Wolf dies with honor because, well, Wolf was already old. He was an elder. Like he was an elder. And I do like Wolf's design because I like that he has a missing mandible on his face. I do like that he has a missing mandible.
And I don't know why CinemaSins had to call him Toothless Predator. Sure, he may be toothless, but that's just ridiculous. Just call him Wolf. Everyone calls him Wolf.
Well, yeah, you should put respect. He's an elder. Like he's straight up an elder predator. Like he's seen everything, and he's one of he was skilled. Like he was one of the most skilled, and he went after a creature that kind of did its own thing, which is with the Predalien, which, yep, that thing. What an abomination that thing was. So, then there's the Predators from 2018, which, we don't talk about those.
That was the most hated of the franchise.
because that one made no sense. Like, so the Predators apparently, there's something about the Predators. They come down to Earth to find something that's worthy of matching them. That's what they do. They're hunters. They like to kill off the things that gives them a challenge.
Especially
and humans.
What?
Sorry. No. What were you saying?
Especially there was this kid with autism, Roy McKenna. I felt really bad for him. You can't have an autistic kid in a science fiction movie.
I didn't mind his inclusion, but they didn't understand how that works. Now, I'm not saying autistic people are not smart. They are intelligent people. There are some that are intelligent as all hell. But the movie has a problem where it portrays this distorter, and it's not a disease. Whoever says it's a disease is an asshole. But as this thing that some people get as you're able to understand alien technology. Hell no. You can't. I remember seeing it in the theaters for the first time. Like, how the hell does this kid know alien technology? The hell? You can't understand the Predator language unless now, yeah, there are people who have understood the Predator language in like comics and everything, but those are people that have been around them for so long.
Yeah.
Like, there's humans who have hunted by predators. Like, I remember in this comic, I forgot what her name was, but she was part of the clan. They kind of accept her into it because she fought off like some of the greatest members of their clan, and she became like an honorary predator. Like, she understood them because she's been around them for so long.
Oh.
So she knows how to like communicate with them. Then again, you can communicate with a predator, but it's very hard. You have to mostly do it through kind of hand motion, like how what's your name who communicates with Scar and AVP?
Lexa Woods.
Yeah, Alexa. Yeah, she's able to slightly communicate with Scar through like that type of, not through speaking, more through like body movement. You know. Still, I do like those two. I thought it was a very fun idea to see a predator and a human team up with each other. Because it's not something you expected. It's like, like, and surprisingly, there's a lot of fan art between both of those two.
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious. People have made fan art about if Scar lived during that. That he was able to survive his being stabbed by the alien queen.
Yeah.
I would like to see AVP3 if we ever get that. Probably not.
Which AVP2 has one of the most poor lighting ever.
Yeah. That's why I had to use when I used the Pred Alien, I found a screen time where they blow up the brightness to 200%.
Yeah.
And even if you brighten it up, you can still barely see shit. Like I've heard that the reason for the lighting somewhere, because I've heard that the reason why it looks as bad as it does is because they wanted to hide a lot of the imperfections. So, but I'm like, if you're gonna light it that bad, at least have some lighting. Like, don't make it look like this that you can barely see anything. Like,
Yeah.
Like I feel like the bad lighting kind of portrays the look of the movie because there are cool shots in this movie that you can barely see.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the action suffers from that too. I remember watching it for the first time and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I think the only time the lighting looks decent is the final fight between Wolf versus the Pred Alien. Like, that's the time where the lighting looks decent. And I think that's because they filmed in lightning, so it looks cool. Like, there's sorry. No, I was finished.
Everyone, that goes to that same scene with Godzilla 2014. They show the Muto fight with Godzilla really dark.
Yeah, I think there's a problem that has been that I found between the footage. I found it because I've looked through the footage of both of them multiple times. The movie in theaters, I don't know why they did this, but if you because I remember talking with someone about this, that in the theaters you can see they brighten the lighting is not as bad as it is in the theater version than in like the DVD and Blu-ray. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I remember seeing that when I saw the movie on, like, I think I watched it on like I think Max or something, and I was like, why the hell is the brightness? Why is it so dark? Like, I don't remember it being this dark when I saw it in theaters back in 2014. And that's the only movie that suffers from this problem. Like, Godzilla King of the Monsters doesn't suffer from it. Godzilla X Kong doesn't. Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong New Empire doesn't suffer from it. I will say King Kong Skull Island has better lighting. They haven't messed with that lighting up in the movie, so why the hell did they mess with Godzilla 2014's lighting? Like, it's weird.
Ask Gareth Edwards.
Like, Gareth Edwards, you son of a... God dang you, Gareth Edwards! I don't hate Gareth Edwards. I really do like Gareth Edwards, but oh my god, dude, you have a problem with directing. I don't know. How about cut away when Godzilla's actually looking cool? He did that, and it pissed me off when I saw 2014 for the first time. Like, are you going to show him doing something? Are you going to show Godzilla kicking ass, or are you just going to cut away from it? Okay, yeah, Godzilla doesn't appear until like an hour in, but I'm like, I'm fine with waiting for him as long as if you're going to wait for him, at least make him show up, you know? Like, You know what? Garrett Edwards did that too. With another movie I like.
What?
You ever seen Star Wars Rogue One?
No, the only Gareth Edwards I've seen is the creator.
Oh well, I've seen him in. He did a Star Wars movie before Godzilla 2014. He did Rogue One, a Star Wars story. In that movie, there's problems that I would contribute to why when he directed 2014, but in that movie he doesn't cut away from the action. He at least keeps it on for an extended period, and in the final scene with Darth Vader, it looks cool as hell. And I'm like, you directed a Star Wars movie before this. You should have learned. Let the action show, and if you need to do a character focused part of the movie, do it better. Like that was my problem with Gareth Edwards.
Yeah,
Like, did he also direct King of the Monsters too, or was that a different director?
different director, Michael Dougherty.
Yeah, it was Michael. I feel like Michael Dougherty did a lot better than him when it came to directing these movies.
Yeah,
Like both him and Adam Wingard do,
yes.
I think, are better for these movies.
And there's going to be
Even
another. Sorry.
Yeah,
you
there's
go
going to be
ahead.
another one, but it's not going to be directed by Adam. I think because Adam said he was only going to do Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. That was like I think his final one he was doing.
Which Tyrannotherium said that he's more of a Kong guy than Godzilla. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it would be cool to have someone on the director's seat that's having a Godzilla type attitude to one of these movies. You know.
Which, speaking of which, this the fuck? What happened?
I can't.
Oh, there it is.
There's lighting.
This is the guy.
Grant Septor. I can't say his last name, but I can say his first name. I don't know what he's directed before this, so this is going to be this is a director I've never heard of, so I might look to see what he's directed before this to see if he's ready. Or, in my opinion, I just would like to see one of these movies of MonsterVerse have I would like to see if a director where you have two directors that are one for the Godzilla side and one for the Kong side, where it's like both of them directing one of these movies.
Yeah.
Like you can have both as like people who like both of these characters to expand them, to give them both equal amounts of screen time as each other,
Yes.
or personality, because I think now, yeah, Kong is more of the human side of the series and Godzilla is more of the, destructive, but I think both of them have personality that I think needs to be shown more on screen, like they're the stars of these movies,
Yeah.
You go see these movies because they're in them, Like that's the thing. I am excited for Godzilla X Kong Supernova. I've heard a lot. I have a friend who's been talking about it quite a lot to me. We've been going over theories lately about it, and his theory that I don't know yet because I've heavily said to him, don't say it yet, is apparently the villain of the movie is going to be Space Godzilla. That's the rumor that's been going around about it.
Yeah, according to that title, which it's going to be focusing on space than Hollow Earth.
The rumor has been this. It's either the big bad is either going to be Space Godzilla, Gigan, or Orga. That's been the rumor. Still, I don't think it's going to be a Toho monster because they originally bring them in is that buying a Toho creature is very expensive. That's what they've said on multiple occasions when they did Godzilla King of the Monsters. They were able to get Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah. They were able to get those four, but they wanted to add more kaijus of Godzilla's library into the movie. They want to do that for King of the Monsters, but guess what happened? I think Gareth Edwards said, not Gareth, no, was it Gareth Edwards who directed King of the Monsters, or was that
Michael Dougherty?
Michael Dougherty, sorry, wrong guy. Michael Dougherty said in an interview with, I think it was Toho Kingdom, that we wanted to add more kaijus from the Godzilla's library into the movie, but since each monster had a price fee even for the amount of screen time they got, they decided to make whole new original creatures for King of the Monsters that we would see. So they made a whole new original creatures. So I don't think it's gonna be a possibility that they want to bring in other kaijus from Godzilla's universe into this universe. Now, it would be cool. I would like to see more, Toho kaijus come into the MonsterVerse, but I know that it would be very difficult, to add them in,
Yeah.
And I do think I like that they're very creative with their original kaijus. Like, I like Scar King and I like Shimo. I'm a massive fan of Shimo, and I'm glad we got to see a original kaiju because it was,
Yeah, I still have a Shimo figure, the Playmates one, on my shelf with next to Raijin. Sorry, it's so dark.
You need a light.
Sorry, let me check it out.
That can work.
Fuck.
It looks like it's going to like 50 frames. I can see her. Yeah, I can see her up there. I see Shimu right there. And Raijin as well. I can see a bit of Raijin. That's cool. There
it is.
There she is. I think the best figure of her so far, because there's only been like the versions of her that show her as accurate as possible is this Playmates figure and the Hiya Toys Shimo.
Yeah.
Because the Monster Arts version sucked.
Even this one review of, I forget his name, but he shows us like how he can like flip the bird in front of SH Monster Arts. The Hiya one can flip off SH Monster Arts. Like, yeah,
You messed
yeah,
up.
take no, She Nations.
Yeah, I don't know how they messed up that bad. I remember a friend of mine as well was talking about it to me about the SH Monster at Shimo, and I'm like, how did they mess this thing up that bad? Like, I was like they even messed up with the Godzilla too, which I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, Evolve Godzilla, like that,
Mm-hmm.
The toy, from what I remember, because in the movie, apparently on the prototype figure that was shown at like I think it was at Toy Fair of Tamashii in Japan, he's green. Evolve Godzilla is not green. Yeah, I'm not kidding. The paint looked green. Also, hello. Is this someone you know, Mixer or Maxer?
No.
It's not someone I know either.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I don't know that guy either.
Anyways, what we.
Yeah, the toy of the figure for Evolve Godzilla. Yeah, the Evolve Godzilla. First of all, from what I remember about him, he's not green in the movie, so I don't know why Tamashii did a green variation for him. I don't know why they had him as green. That was a bit weird to me that I didn't understand. I don't know why the figure looked green. That was weird as hell.
This guy Maxer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maxer on screen.
Yeah, I don't know who Max. I don't know who Maxer is.
Like, I'm showing his backstage. He's in backstage. He's sharing his screen on some kind of video game or something. I have no idea. Remove him. Goodbye. Anyways, you were saying?
Yeah. Tamashii Nation's Evolve Godzilla. They didn't do the best on that guy, to what I remember. Then again, I think the biggest one everyone hated was besides Shimo, which everyone raved on, which I remember because I even made a joke about it somewhere, on my Insta. I think Scar King looked horrible. I remember people were mad about Scar King, especially the alternate head of Scar King. Like, they made his mouth too small. Like, it's like, what the? I think they did that, and then Suko looked horrible in Tamashii Nations too. He looked like he's his eyes and his mouth. He looked like he
looks like
he
a
looks
Five
like
Nights at
he's-
Freddy's character. He
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah, he did. No, he looked like that meme where it's you survived them. He looked like that World War II meme where he looks like he looked like a soldier in the background with his eyes all wide. Or he looked like the meme like, why are we here? Just to suffer. I'm not kidding. That's how he looked. I remember I was like, what the hell? Like, really, Tamashii? You had to do this. You had to mess this up. This is why the only Tamashii Nations figure I own is one Godzilla, and then that's it. But I got him at like a comic book store for cheap as hell. I have like movie exclusive. I have like the theater exclusive Godzilla from the Heisei era. It's like the one from the poster for Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. That's the one I have.
Nice.
That's the only one because I refuse to give Tamashii my money. Give him my money. Like, unless it's a figure that I'm like, maybe, but I'm like, Tamashii figures are the most overpriced thing ever. I hate how overpriced they are sometimes. Like,
Yes.
like I'm like, that doesn't deserve that price tag. Like, I remember when I think it was yeah, a lot of people were pissed off about the Kong figure that was being released for I think
The first movie? Like
no. No, people were fine with the one for Tamashii for Godzilla versus Kong. A lot of people were pissed off at the X-Kong figure for Kong's look in that movie because you know what Tamashii did for the figure? First, they re-released the figure again in the packaging for Godzilla X Kong. And people were wondering, where the hell is the metal tooth? Because, Kong gets a metal tooth in the movie, Guess what they did? They had the metal tooth in the Scar King figure. You had to buy, yes, you had to buy Scar King to get Kong's metal tooth. And then you had to buy Shimo to get the Beast Glove attachment. I'm not kidding. So first, you didn't want to add, okay, I know why they did this. That pissed me off because I'm like, so you wanted people to buy the other figures that are more expensive to get these items for Kong. Yeah, no.
Oh.
I was like, hell no. Like, no one should do that. Now, yeah, the Playmates figure had a problem where I remember when the Playmates figure came out where the Kong one, they did have his Beast Glove, but they didn't give his metal tooth. I told people, well, if you want to give him his metal tooth, you can paint it, right?
Yes.
Like, I had a friend who painted it with like silver Sharpie to give him the whole metal look to his tooth, and I was like, still, I don't mind. At least Playmates actually tried.
Yeah.
At least they made a better Shimo figure. Like, how the hell? I told people for years that Monster Arts was not going to do the best in this. And when they released the Godzilla X Kong, no, the Godzilla X Kong line, I was like, how do you mess up this bad? It's like every mess up in the book, they do it. It's like, and he is over there doing decently at the moment because I've seen what they've released. I want them just to get the Godzilla license at this point. Monster Arts, just give it to Hiya because Hiya at least can do better than you.
Yes.
Like, they're actually trying. Now, yeah, Hiya has some problems, but Hiya doesn't have like as much quality control issues than like Monster Arts has. Like, they made a better King Ghidorah. Like, they made Heisei Ghidorah, and the Heisei Hiya looks better than the Monster Arts. I'm I'm like,
Mhm.
how? And it looks awesome. Especially like how he looks in front of Heisei Godzilla for the same movie. They look cool as hell together. Like I want those two now.
Mhm.
Oh my god. We've been on stream for 2 hours. Holy.
I know, right?
Then again, I came in just because you told me, so I was like, you know what, I'll join. Hell of it. I don't have much doing at the moment, so I just joined in randomly.
Because last time you joined in my live stream was just the end of February.
Yeah. I think I did join for a few here and there, and I think other than other stuff you've been doing, I wasn't Be Afraid. I was in that MAP, I remember.
Mhm.
That one was surprisingly okay. I think we all did pretty well on that thing.
Despite like low quality, but it is what it is.
I think my part was okay. The only problem with my part is
I
that
have
there was
like
a
low quality.
Wait, what happened? Wait, pardon?
Sorry,
Wait, what
what?
happened? No, what were you saying about living things? That MVP? What happened with that one?
I just use like low quality from different YouTube converter. Yes. I think I had like low quality. It's called like Y2 Mate.
Yeah, Y2Mate. Yeah, that one is. I use like 2 or 3 different converters just because my original converter. I think that site went away, so I have like 3 separate converters that I use for
Yeah.
my stuff. Like using converters is often a pain because you never know how it's gonna look until like you actually see it.
Yes.
like I think I had a problem with my part that my effects kind of bled over, so I think some of my transitions look slow sometimes during that part of mine.
Mhm.
Which I don't know why it does that sometimes, or sometimes it does that and sometimes it doesn't. So I often like I don't care. I got my part done at least, and at least I just want to say the only thing about that MEP that was hard was I think like getting I know Andy was going through problems with to get Andy on because of you remember when you would tag her and everything, of her at thing that YouTube has for everyone now. I think she changed her at and then it didn't save over when you tagged her.
Mm.
Like
Yes.
remember that?
No.
Oh well, I was seeing Andy talking about that, and I was like, I think she fixed it because now you can tag her now, so now you can mention her normally again, so that's good.
Oh wait. I know what you mean. Yes, she had that problem with the mentioning channel thing.
Yeah, I was telling her like, don't worry, you can fix this. I don't know why her thing did that. I think it's just. And again,
Mhm.
I've never had that problem with that thing before because I have my mention that's normal, and then I have a. So like, I don't know why that it did that. That was weird when it did that. I was like, dang it, I was in like I've now been in like 2 MEPs of yours now. I was in Perfect Machine as well. I remember you and I were talking
Yeah.
about the albino creatures because when I posted mine, you were like, you were talking about the whale, and I was like, yeah, that's Moby Dick. And I had to tell you that
Did you use what?
what were you? No, I'll let you go because this is what were you gonna say?
Did you even use a Moby Dick in your part for our Awaken collab?
No, I didn't. No, yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
did. I used that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I used a different because that was the one that was in our Awaken collab. I wanted to use that one for the MEP 8 months ago, but you know what happened?
What?
There wasn't a screen time for it yet,
Wow.
and now there's been one. So I think that's bad timing, but also so I had to use a one from another thing because I originally wanted to use Moby Dick from the 1966 movie from the 60s. But getting that one is difficult because that one, the whale doesn't appear very often, and I think the only time you're ever gonna get full clear footage of it is at the ending of the movie, where it's like where Ahab goes down with it. But so I had to use the one from a very bad movie, and that was 2010 Moby Dick from the Asylum Company. Hey, it was
Asylum's good. No, Asylum is sometimes garbage.
Well, yeah, but at least I've admitted that. I'm like, well, it was the best I could do.
You know, Age of Dinosaurs. Age of
Dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, Age of Dinosaurs.
That looks just awful. They portrayed Ceratosaurus to have long arms instead of its accurate counterpart.
Well, hey, at least me and someone has said about that version. At least it's one of the few times Ceratosaurus is prominent. Like it appears like it's like a dinosaur that appears the most in that movie, along with like surprisingly that movie. The highest amount of screen time is that two Abelisaurs have the highest amount of screen time in that movie.
You mean the Carnotaurus?
Like, yeah, the Carnotaurus. Yeah, which those look weird because they act like raptors for some reason. That was weird. I remember, like, were these things meant to be raptors at one point? But the director wanted to change them to be Carnos instead because he thought it was cooler. Like, to have, like...
Yeah, they just look... Sorry, you go first.
No, yeah, I was finishing. What were you saying?
Like, they just look awful, in my opinion. I saw my first look at the Carnos from Age of Dinosaurs from Overlord, which it was formerly named Mr. Fredbear Golden. Like, that thumbnail, I was like, that's literally me in real life.
I know there was one MEP I did want to join because I did like albino. I wanted to join Invisible, but I think I got there too late and everyone picked that up.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna be in that. I was thinking like, what can I use for this? I'm like, no, it got filled up. I'm like, well, I'll join it next one. And then I joined in for I joined in for Be Afraid. That was the one I joined in like next.
Yeah.
Which that one was fun, and I think I had a good time for the most part, doing that one. Still, I think the only thing about there's only been one video I've been wondering about from you is it was my birthday video. A question. It's the only question that I have to wonder. Out of all the fandoms used for me, I don't mind some of them, but why was The Incredibles in there?
Well, ever since July 2024, I kind of was obsessed with the fandom. Unfortunately, there's no fandom of The Incredibles, but I know there's Incredibles 3 coming out, but I don't know what the time release date it was.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was just wondering.
Violet's like me all over again. That's why she's my favorite.
I just was wondering because I was like, if any female character you could have used in mind, because I don't know, you could have used I don't know, because I like Hubble Boss, so you could have, I don't know, used that character from Hubble Boss. What the? Like, I don't know, my channel has prominent of characters that are very prominent on my channel. I don't know, there's a few, like, characters that that I think people say I'm obsessed with that appear very much on my channel. It doesn't matter, they're going to make a cameo. A lot of people say Spino appears way too much on my channel. I'm like, well, I like Spino quite a lot. Or, well, people used to say Acro appeared on my channel very often because I think I love Acrocanthosaurus, like, because Acrocanthosaurus is like one of my favorite dinosaurs. So, I mean, and I like that dinosaur because of Dinosaur King. So, yeah. Have you used Dinosaur King in a while? Like, I don't think you've used it in a while.
I've used Dinosaur Kings in my shitty 2018 videos a long time ago.
Yeah, your 2018 stuff.
Yes, they look just terrible in my opinion.
We all made stuff we're not proud of. Trust me, I've made a few stuff. There's some stuff I hate on my channel, but I don't know. It won't. At least we got over a few of the humps that in this when it comes to the group of many things that I don't know, dude. Still, dude, you know what I don't like to bring this up very often, but I think you know what the greatest like thing that I kind of had to laugh at for a while.
What?
And, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember Brooklyn Robin?
Yeah, that was just my fault. I was so sorry.
Don't blame yourself, dude. You're okay, dude. Don't blame yourself, my friend.
Okay.
Like you made. I think the only thing I've told because I think like looking back on it, like a few years later. You ever heard the old saying, "It's so bad, it's good"?
Yes.
Why don't view it that way? Like it's so bad, it's good. It's like Plan 9 from outer space. It's that even though you yourself didn't like how it turned out, at least some people enjoyed it. Like some people did. Like
Yeah.
it kind of there is some enjoyment in its absurdity, you know. Like I enjoy like I'm gonna be honest with you, Gus. I enjoy stuff that is absurd as all hell. Like I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy stuff that is absurd that you never expect to come out of anyone.
Yeah.
Like I find greatness in it, you know. There's an odd still I would like that like entire thing to be. I know I've never asked about it, but does anyone still have those videos anymore? Like are those like does it still exist somewhere? Like does Ian still have the files for them or the footage? Like does he still have them or are they gone?
They're probably going because he's probably doing college right
No, I
now.
would want to ask him because I've wanted to preserve it. I've wanted to just carry it over and like preserve it, you know, as like somewhere, you know. Like just for anyone who would like to watch it in, you know, its entirety. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you and two don't like it, and I get it. I'm not going to force anyone not to give it to me. I remember there was some good moments, and I do remember the absurdity of it.
Well,
Like it was the only thing about it is I think it kind of got blown out of proportion. That was the only thing I was like, yeah, we shouldn't have done that. Like especially the reaction stuff done by you already know that guy.
my arch nemesis, the stupid sketch guy.
I that's the only thing. It got way blown out of proportion. And I was like, you know, this wasn't meant to be taken seriously. I compare it. It's like fan fiction. It's weird as hell, but it exists. Trust me, dude. I've written this type of stuff, and I'm like, it exists. I don't care. Hey, you're not the only one known for weird like pairings. I do it all the time. I do it with my friend.
Nice. Okay.
Still, you are a good editor. I will admit, you are a good friend.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad we collabed again after, you know.
4 years. Because looking back 2021, everything I just did was just terrible. My friends in real life, well, former classmates, they were just cuckoo as hell, and the timeline is just going out of control. I think it's because of the pandemic happened, like people just stayed home and looking at their other people's weird content and meant to take it and show it to other people's content and like comment on online and starts like going, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? You are the most awful editor ever, and in a very harsh way.
I remember a lot. Then again, I felt like well, then again, you shouldn't look back on your older work less mean. I feel like it's not always the best idea to look back at older work in the most hateful standpoint. You know.
Yeah.
Like I tell people that that editing. Now, yeah, I do some things. There's some of my old work there's some of my original work I don't like, but I still accept it. That you know, I've come far from those days. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I tell people a lot, and I tell people this a lot all the time, that your early work might seem flawed, but it does show potential in what you'll work on later.
Yes.
Like and I've said that about everyone's work. Your work, my work, even my closest friends' work. We all start out flawed, but it'll turn into something greater once with enough practice.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's the
I
best.
remember when Dino King 213 left a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Give me 1 minute
Because
someone's calling me again. Sorry. Keep being
okay.
called. I'll be back. Give me a second.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Shut up, Alexa. Oh, that's my dad.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry. I keep getting called every time, so I'm sorry. I'm done, but I was what were you saying to me about Dino King?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Never mind. But other than that, I think about work. I would. I am still gonna try to ask Ian if he still has footage, so I at least can upload it somewhere. I'm not uploading it on YouTube. I'm not doing that. I might put it on I might put it on like an internet archive or something.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna if he doesn't have it, I'm fine with that. I just I'm just that guy who likes to I feel like I'm gonna become an archivist someday because I just like to archive stuff,
Yeah.
like to preserve at least something. So what's your plans of videos? Just wondering, like, what's your plans for like stuff?
I thought plans for videos is like I'm actually gonna plan on a video for a friend of mine that's based on the Minecraft movie called
Oh.
Steve's Lava Chicken Jockey from El Hugueny.
Oh yeah, you gonna do that? Oh my god. Well,
Have you heard that everyone was going like wild in front of the whole chicken jockey?
yeah, I thought it was ridiculous. I'm like, you fucking people. Like, this is not like I told people. Theaters weren't even this bad when Endgame came out. Like, why it was like, but apparently the Minecraft movie causes an uproar in a theater where it's rioting everywhere. Like that was the only thing I didn't like, and I did see it, and I was like, Well, I watched it online because I was kind of indifferent to it, and my opinion on the movie is that it was okay. And the reason why is because I've told people that it just feels weird that a Minecraft movie came out at the moment and wasn't at its. I really wish there was a Minecraft movie a few years ago. I really wish there was, but instead we got one now. No, yeah, I
Yeah.
understood. I understand it took forever, but I'm like, it just feels weird that there's a movie now of it, but it wasn't like there wasn't a movie back in the day, like with its popularity and everything.
Yes.
Not. No, I'll let you finish because of what were you saying?
Nothing.
Okay. Dang, and I had a different experience from that. I am excited to see the Mario movie too. So that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I'm also excited for Sonic 4.
Oh yeah, I saw that in theaters. It was really fun.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves did amazing
As
as
Shadow.
Shadow.
Perfect casting. It was great. And seeing the ending of or the post-credit scene is we're going to see Metal Sonic and Amy Rose, which was an interesting choice. I didn't expect to see both of those two.
And Shadow lived.
Yeah, and Shadow lived, so it looks like everyone won.
I just
Like,
used Shadow since my Valhalla, 6 Feet Under, Ego, Dark Things, and etc.
I saw Dark Things. I thought it was pretty good. I'm not like I wanted to do a multi fandom that is kind of like epic as hell, like Dark Things, but it'd be hard. I don't really know which one I would eventually do. I do want to do a multi fandom again to something. It's just what would I do it for exactly? Like that's the question. I want to do a multi fandom of Like a Storm, like with like one of their songs, but the only problem is with using Like a Storm.
Hmm?
They're using the band Like a Storm. They're some of their songs they're long as hell. like
Especially Love the Way You Hate Me.
Well, that one's not bad. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind using that. I think I have one day used it, but I know the song Black Rain Hurricane is long. Like it's like I think Black Rain Hurricane is like Black Rain Hurricane. It's like 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes long.
Like Starset's videos. Well,
Yeah.
the intros, outros of Starset is there just for cinematic vibes. I don't know.
Yeah. It's made to, yeah. Yeah. I was also gonna ask you if you're gonna see you probably was asked about this already, but you saw the Lilo and Stitch live action movie and how people are it wasn't the best. Like people are all
What?
people are not liking what they've done to the live action movie. I mean, people are liking the changes they've done with the movie with Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch, I just saw it in theaters last weekend, and I did not really enjoy it. They just portrayed the big, fat guy, not to be harsh or anything, named Jamba, the main villain, instead of Gantu.
Yeah, everyone's mad that we didn't see God. I heard it's from. I have a friend who's a big villain fanatic, and he really likes Gantu. He wanted Gantu to appear in the movie. Like he really did. Like he was like, I want to see Gantu in this, but then Gantu doesn't appear, and he's like, you got to be kidding me. Also, people are mad about the ending of the movie.
The ending of the movie,
Yeah,
like,
people are pissed, and I was like, I'm fine hearing spoilers because I already got spoiled because I don't care, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
mm-hmm.
The ending, they didn't understand the message of the movie of the original. Ohana means family. How do you mess this up? How you mess this up? I shouldn't be this mad at a kids movie, but I'm like, how do you mess this up, Disney? I swear to God, if they run out of live action movies, because they're gonna run out, imagine. You know what one movie that if they touch, I'm gonna be pissed off? Don't
What?
ever if they remake Disney's Dinosaur, I'm gonna be mad. Because I'm like, oh really? Now you're doing something with this movie. After you barely even pay attention to it.
Mhm.
Like Disney's Dinosaur, I'm not that guy like Dino Falls saying about it, but you know what the always weird thing about it is? Why does Disney never acknowledge Disney's Dinosaur? Like they never acknowledge it. Like they're like, I'm like, you know, you can acknowledge this movie, right? It's actually a good movie. You made it. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not saying I'm not saying there should be a sequel. I'm like, hell no. But at least acknowledge it somewhere. Like, then again, I'm not going to Disney World because you know what they've been saying? They're gonna be taking down the ride of where the ride for that movie is in Dino Land. In Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Mhm.
going there anymore. I'm not going there at all. If you take that ride away, I'm not going. Because that's the only reference to that movie that's been in that park. That's it. Now, yeah, there was an Aladar. There was there was like before I think it's like Countdown to Extinction. They had like an Aladar animatronic actually before that. That used to yeah, I'm not kidding. They had like this Aladar animatronic that was like that used to be in this river ride, and it was originally there and would roar and everything.
Yes. I see that
Sadly,
movie.
sadly, it's not in good condition anymore. Sadly, it was left out to rot, and now it's left over at a backlot for half of a few years. Same thing would happen to G98, but Godzilla in 1998. Seriously,
Godzilla
both him and Aladar suffer from the same fate. Popular and then big animatronics to being left out somewhere and their entire body fading away with what's left is their metal skeleton for the
Yeah.
animatronic. I think I'm gonna be heading out because it's been like 2 hours, so I think it's best to like cut the stream, like because we've been on for a while.
Oh,
Unless you want to, I just want to get going because I have some. I'm gonna do some stuff. But dang beer. But it was fun seeing you, my friend. I'll see you again sometime. I'll see you joining
Alright.
another live stream sometime.
have a good day.
See you.
Okay. Unless you're available. See. Well, guys, that's it for this this live stream. So, surprisingly, there's not enough people to join this stream. So, unless there's I have another live stream to take care of. So, I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next month of How to Train Your Dragon with me and my friends.